Over there, you know, that damn construction site? Did something happen there? Long ago? Something sure did. A grand battle. There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It's a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same. It was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir. I would have fought as well, probably. The government guys were really adamant about it, acting all big and full of themselves. Since they figured out that they couldn't settle it with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke exactly as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You were facing the federal government, right? The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with the legislator. And as a result, the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory. Ha ha ha. There wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults, murders, dismemberments. You know, that kind of normal stuff. No, none. She promptly cut me off. Please, Keiichi, for the love of Christ, don't say, yeah, but I heard there was a dismemberment. Whenever anyone promptly says something, like none, I don't know, just leave it. Leave it. Don't say anything. Don't keep questioning her. The same as Rena had. Her words signaled the end of the discussion. Tomitake-san said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. My curiosity sated? What the fuck ever that word means. I'll replace that. My curiosity still unfulfilled. I sighed dejectedly inside. Later, see you tomorrow. Kei-chan, you can't watch that off until you get home, huh? Got it? I got it, I won't. Mion held her back her laughter with stealing glances at my face. Wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Damn you, Mion. You shall rue this day. If all rules are ever reversed, I'm going to slop it on. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scoring pad. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. It was not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear, "Welcome home, Keiichi. Dad, he's in a bit of a rut right now, so don't bother him, okay? Can't come up with a new idea? It's because the deadlines are so close together this time. Your dad needs some time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's painting fed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Mayabaras. Jesus, that's pretty dark. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter? Wouldn't it be easier to get an idea taking a walk outside rather than wandering around the house? The theme of the piece this time is in the household, a fucking course, so he has to stomp around the house. So it seems your dad wants to use this house as a motif. It's quite a bothersome motif. Keiichi, pick up your room. It looks terrible. Sorry, I'll clean it up later. Aw, come on, please don't use my room as the motif. Keiichi, there's still some time before dinner. Never mind, that's her mom. So please go take a walk out back or something. His bad mood is only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk, so I don't aggravate him further. Well, I guess I will then. You go see what Rena's doing. I said I was gonna have a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. Just need to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. Could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go out unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. If Mion or Satoko were found out about that... I smiled wryly. Oh yeah, Rena was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the damn construction site. The excavation of Colonel Sanders was probably taking her a while. It wouldn't be so bad if to have her owe me one. She might return the favor next time we have club activities. With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off toward the damn construction site. Hey, listen to me. Tomitake-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd ask him for more details. No! Never, never. Whenever people cut you off, that's when you stop investigating and forget about it. God, don't be a dumbass. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. I like the little bridge, though. I spotted Rena struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Sanders was lodged in there pretty firmly. Didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing up the slope unsteadily. Hey Rena! Looks like you're working up a sweat. What? Keiichi-kun! What brings you to a place like this? A place like this, huh? I see, she was aware of it at least. Received a signal for emergency assistance at the accident site. Where's the injured party? Huh? Accident? Huh? But there was a report Colonel Sanders was buried alive in the trash pile. Oh, that. You scared me. Don't frighten me like that, Keiichi-kun. I was just kidding. Thought you might be struggling by yourself, so I came to help you out. You came for me? How? Well, I filled my quota for the day. If I don't see Rena blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. So, what part was the joke? What part was it? I just ignored her bewilderment. Okay, now, move out of the way. So where's Colonel Sanders? Oh, sorry. Can't you see him in that gap? He's really buried in there. Are they gonna show him? The Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. According to Rena, it wasn't like this yesterday. Seems as though another illegal dumping came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried like this. You're trying to move this pile all by yourself? With those scrawny arms? There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms. But Colonel Sanders, so cute! There's a chain on the Colonel Sanders at the store. This one, though, I should be able to take this one home. God, you're gonna fucking steal an actual one that they were using? Ferna gave up on this Colonel Sanders. She'll probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime. Out of the way, I'll do it. Yeah, Captain Big Dick over here. Think he's like fucking the strongest man on the earth. Fuck you, Keiichi. You're not gonna do anything. Rena blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there would be nothing that could be done. Keiichi-kun, I'll help too. Let me help. You just get in the way, so stay back. Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside. I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. I am fucking too strong! I am Keiichi. Feel my fucking wrath. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there's still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I'd progressed. If I was going to do this seriously, I'd need an axe or something. Or saw. That's enough, Keiichi-kun. You're so sweaty. You don't have to try so hard. I'm doing it for you, Rena. Don't worry about it. Rena began sputtering and turned beet red. Oh, oops, I meant to say I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh well. I guess I just need a break. This is pretty tough. Sprawled out on my back over the grassy slope. I'm so sorry. You're covered in sweat. Rena patted her handkerchief against my forehead. Felt pretty nice. Well, wait here a minute, okay? My house is pretty close. I'll bring you some barley tea, okay? Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. That was a garbage pile of magazines and newspaper bound up in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. They were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically going back quite a few years. It's quite a disturbing incident. It seems they hadn't been able to find one of the arms, you see. If it was just as Tomitake said, then undoubtedly there would be a mention of the murder. No! These are troubled times. Don't! No! No! Don't get any more into it, man. It's not worth it. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or the victim was either. I only knew it had happened here. I looked up every so often checking to see if Rena had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened without a doubt. As long as Take-san wasn't lying. Then if both Rena and Mion... yeah, there was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rena nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they had tried to conceal it out of good intentions. It made me feel like I was acting against my friends. You are! Oh my god, this music. Oh god. Why? Why? Hinamizawa dam worker lynching. Murder by dismemberment. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the feature article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Rena could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photographed page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag. The newspaper's reporters were all bathing in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder. Dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It It's a horrible image, and to see the site foreman as... It happened. It really did happen. Seeing the details were on the next page. Turn the page without pausing. On it was... The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces: the head, arms, legs, and torso. Good God, a chill shot down my fucking spine in real life. Jesus Christ. Oh, that music at the very beginning of that page. Wow, that was bad. That scared the shit out of me. I could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes? That wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter, a brutal murder. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With an axe. Ah! Sorry. Did I startle you? Rena dropped the axe she was holding into the grass after startled by my voice. God, she was holding an axe? What the fuck? Keiichi-kun, you see, earlier, yeah, you said it would help if you had an axe, didn't you? So then I brought an axe for you from the shed. Rena fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. Seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely. I'm sorry. I guess my reaction was a bit damn it, it's him. Fuck. I'm sorry. I guess my reaction was a bit overboard. No, I'm sorry as well. I'm sorry. I was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and I wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow. Doesn't look like we can break that last beam without an axe. You brought it after all. I'll have to borrow it tomorrow, alright? Okay. Why do you look so gloomed? Tomorrow we'll be digging out Colonel Sanders, right? You're right. I really want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Rena had brought, and wiped off the sweat that had gone now cold. We took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. Dude. No. No, it's not worth it. Damn it, man. We're getting into the really fucking creepy stuff. You have received new tips in the Hinamizawa Dam Project and Special Tabloid Report. You new tips? Oh, God, that's fucking creepy. October 1975. In accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin number something, Hinamizawa's Electrical Development Master Plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam will have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The flooded area caused by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kiyotsuyo, Matsumoto, and Yagochi. Sure. Something like that. Fuck me, I don't know how to pronounce that. The submerged areas included 291 houses. Fuck, that's a lot. Population 1,251. 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry department lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, and 1 fishery. All of these communal, cultural, agricultural areas and places of worship will be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Forsaking the hundreds of years of our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land is just too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged band together and created the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plans were circulated. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company openly refused. Performing unspeakable, heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they band together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to death. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa Dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by the sublime power through unity. And they understand that this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onagafuchi Defense Alliance has been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered have not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whomever next decides to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onagafuchi Defense Alliance Committee Chairman Keiichi Kimiyoshi. Good God, there are a lot of hard things to pronounce there. Special tabloid report. Yay, I want to piss myself in fucking fear. Nighttime befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. In some month, prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction worksite in Shishibone City. Bone-chillingly gruesome murder/dismemberment. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the island, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam. They probably didn't mean to kill him at first. But as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody thought was alive. They had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of the group who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared that the consequences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. That's fucked up. He had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. What does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. They had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece of themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound, was that what it meant. Thus an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. God, they can stop anytime with this fucking music and sound effects. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome act. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but they threatened them saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead, and he gave up in his objections. But their plan collapsed in the span of one night. Someone who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle and confessed. The criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by someone has yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that he had said he was going to throw the body, right arm, into the marsh. Their car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there was no clues to his whereabouts. He didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had suspected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the situation, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. To the locals, that marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onigafuchi, the ogre's abyss, and it's said that the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell, that was them. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the marsh? What the fuck? The Zenji dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with the Penchiko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed or your money back. What the fuck? Zenjin Dragon Braces DX, one piece. 27,800 yen. What the fuck? Good god, I love these fucking ads. Oh my god, the ad. That was too perfect. That was too fucking perfect. Let's fucking keep going though. I'm fucking hooked, man. I want to get to murder though. I want to get to the fucking murder parts. Oh god. But Keiichi still is really fucking stupid. Never ask about it. Stupid, man. Come on.